home with a pool can be really exciting, and in Florida, it might even be considered a necessary amenity. But for you, would owning a home with a private pool be a bonus or a burden? Hey everyone, I'm Elizabeth Peters with eXp Realty, and I'm a realtor here in beautiful Northeast Florida. Whether you're thinking of buying a home with a pool or having a new one installed, I wanted to discuss the things you should consider. As always, this is just advice from my perspective, and I do have to stay in my real estate lane here. So if you're moving to Northeast Florida and need to speak with a professional pool company, feel free to contact me at elizabethtalksjacksonville@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to point you in the right direction. Today, I just want to discuss the things to consider when trying to make the decision. At this time, you might be able to justify weekly cleanings, extra monthly expenses, and safety concerns. Luckily, here in Northeast Florida, we have an abundance of community pools, lakes, water parks, splash pads, and of course, beaches for alternative options. On the other hand, owning a private pool means privacy and getting to play by your own rules. For many homeowners, the weekly maintenance and expenses are worth it if it means having our own backyard oasis. We have very long summers in Florida, so it makes our 95-degree days bearable. However, don't allow your thoughts of endless fun in the sun to distract you from the realities and responsibilities that come with owning a private pool, because it's going to become an expensive chore really fast. Costs. Trying to come up with a neat and tidy estimate or price for a brand new pool is more complex than that, because this is going to be very different for major things. You should look into pricing, location, the actual shell of the pool and its finish, like plaster, marble, porcelain, stone tiles, marble tiles, glass tiles. There are too many options to choose from. You're going to pay costs for installation, retaining walls, even dirt removal, and potentially a cleanup of the area. Optional upgrades that add up are landscaping to create an appealing aesthetic, extended patios, waterfalls, pool heaters. You'd be surprised, but here in Northeast Florida, a lot of pool owners do actually still use those. Although in April, it's very rare that you would need to turn that on unless you prefer the water to be extra warm. Screen enclosures to keep leaves and bugs out. Pool fences, a safety feature to prevent children and animals from getting in unsupervised. An alarm for the pool, another safety feature to notify you if someone falls in, but also to notify you if someone is using your pool while you're away. Saltwater generators. A salt system would definitely add to the costs. So these are just some things to consider. There really is no way for me to establish what each pool company will charge. But again, if you're moving to the Jacksonville area and you're looking for a pool company, feel free to send me a message. You should also consider increased home insurance rates and for the utilities to be higher when owning a home with a pool. If you're buying a house with an existing pool, have it inspected by a licensed pool contractor, because if there's equipment that needs to be replaced, that price tag could easily be at least a few $1,000s. If things related to the pool are malfunctioning, you need to know prior to closing. Over time, a swimming pool eventually needs to be resurfaced as it gets older. Depending on the finish, it could be as soon as 5 to 15 years. Consider researching the signs of pool deterioration, as this will need immediate attention. If you're purchasing a home with a pool that does in fact need to be resurfaced, this can cost anywhere between $7,000 to $15,000. So please have that inspection done so you can address any issues first or have a budget prepared. This is going to depend on what your schedule looks like and if you're comfortable enough to tackle weekly maintenance on your own, or if you'll need to hire somebody to take care of this for you. Many homeowners will spend up to $200 a month for someone to come out and do the dirty work. And they will tell you it's the easiest $200 they'll ever spend, to not have to do anything to the pool except enjoy it and do nothing else. If you're looking to save on those costs, you can choose to do your own maintenance. And it might actually be really simple for you. Bring in a sample to your closest pool company, let them do a free analysis, follow their recommendations, and I recommend taking another sample back in just to ensure that you are on the right track. Since you'll need to do this weekly, it's easier to have a designated day set for maintenance, just to make sure you're keeping up with a consistent schedule. Now, what about equipment to keep the pool clean and in working order? Pool pumps are what keep the water circulating. The serviceable life on one of those is about 3 to 10 years. Pool filters have a serviceable life between 10 and 20 years. And if it's a heated pool, the pool heater might last around 15 years. Salt or chlorine systems. No chemicals are used for salt systems, so that will save you from the task of having to add bleach and chlorine weekly. Salt conversion is just converting salt into a lighter version of chlorine. So it sanitizes the pool the same way chlorine will, except it's gentler on your eyes and skin. With salt filtration, you can still hire a company and to add salt if necessary. You'll still need to have a saltwater generator installed, and there is typically a feature where you can check your salt count right from your phone. Screen enclosures are wonderful features to keep bugs and leaves out of the pool. But if this isn't an option, become really familiar with a pool skimmer and a vacuum. Weekly cleanings and maintenance are necessary to keep the pool sparkling and to prevent it from turning green. There's an old rule of thumb that an appraiser will give you less than half of the amount that you paid for the pool. But the bottom line is, swimming pools are always going to be a big selling feature. Housing markets will always shift. There will be many variables that change values, such as location, lot size, the type of pool, and added features like enclosed screens. From a business perspective, many will say it is a terrible business investment. For an avenue of long-term enjoyment, those same people will tell you that they would do it again and again and again. If you decide to have a pool installed, do it for yourself. Expect not to get your money out of it when you're reselling your property, but consider the added value in weekend entertainment with friends, a special gathering place for your family, and the many hours saved not having to travel to other destinations to cool off during the summer months. Lifestyle. What impact will this have on your quality of life? That should ultimately be the question you're asking yourself. Because if having a pool will make you happy, then I believe there is no price you can put on that. The investment becomes a fair trade-off because you're investing in other things we can never buy, like time spent with others. And we can never forget the days when we just need our solitude. And days like that can also be better enjoyed poolside. I really hope this video helps anyone who is interested in buying a home with a swimming pool or having a new one installed. It can be an amazing home feature if you use it and maintain it. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you liked this video or learned something, please do me a favor and hit that like button below and consider subscribing to this YouTube channel, Elizabeth Talks Jacksonville, for more information on real estate market trends, home ownership, and life in the Jacksonville area. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below or feel free to send me an email at elizabethtalksjacksonville@gmail.com. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram or find more information by checking my link tree down below. Again, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you next time. Happy house hunting!